Well, hello everybody. Bruce Lund here, WeBeToys. We asked this question, a lot of people ask me the question, where do toys come from? And I'll answer that many times because it comes from all different places. Now this is a toy that we did for Fisher-Price because we know that Tiggers love to bounce, and so we try to come up with new ways of making things bounce, and this was one way. I guess I better turn them on. This is sort of a preschool product, and it encourages a kid to crawl, which is an important developmental step in a child's life prior to between sitting and walking. And so this is what's called crawl enhancer. It's fun, makes sound, it bounces, and kids tend to crawl after. So this was one way for Tiggers to bounce, and we were somewhat successful with that, and we had others that also bounced and were even more successful. But this one led to another concept of what can one do with the four legs, the spring legs like this, and we thought, well, what could happen if we made the legs spin? So we came up with another one here that we sold to my friend down in St. Louis. Russell down in St. Louis. He had a remarkable little toy company. Went from like 0 to 100 million, back when 100 million was a lot of money, in about 10 years. Nobody had ever done that before. And so we went down to St. Louis. They weren't that far from Chicago. We presented a lot of product, and they ended up buying a lot of product. Unfortunately, they went out of business, and most of those products never did hit the market. This was probably one of them. But it has the four legs that spin, although maybe only two work now. These are old prototypes, not prototypes. These are production, but they're old production products. So he is voice responsive, sound responsive, a lot of movement, a lot of vibration, a lot of voice. That's Dwoinkers. Now Dwoinkers, as I said, probably did not get to ship because the company went out of business, but a lovely product. You got a lovely styling on it. And after it went out of business and the product was gone, you often think, oh, that's the end of the product. But not necessarily. Sometimes later on, you find somebody else that loves the concept and they want to remake it. Well, so here's what happened. This one here was the Scooby-Doo version of it. Forgive the packaging. The products and the packaging are kind of old, been stored for years. Anticipating I might do something like start a podcast. Anyway, so Scooby-Doo was the same thing, spinning legs, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo voice, and it did okay with character options that we later had a good experience with years later. So two companies that we became close with, we love the people, some success with products, but here's a series of products that went from a Fisher-Price product, bouncing Tigger, to a Dwoinkers with the rotating legs rather than the bounce, and then finally Scooby-Doo. So that's sort of the evolution of one toy concept. Thank you.